This is Indie Book Publishing. Indie Book Publishing is a show about new books and the authors who wrote them. It's an opportunity for prospective readers to hear directly from the writers, to hear what inspired them to write and publish, and to hear all the inside details about their books. And now, Indie Book Publishing with your host, Steve Jorgensen.
The title of the book, The Art of Living in Joy. And the author is M Eric Donlan, and Eric joins us now on Indie Book Publishing. This interview brought to you by Balboa Press. Hello, Eric.
Good morning. Hi, how are you?
Well, it's great to have you with us. We love to have folks that are filled with joy and filled with passion and can help us learn that, hey, we can have joy as well. I mean, that's what you do for a living, right?
Absolutely. That's why today is a happy Thursday, and every day can be a happy day. Absolutely.
Well, as you point out, joy is our natural state of being. Boy, there's quite a loaded sentence. Natural state of being. And this easy guide will assist you to transform your life by living in the moment, right here, right now. That's what you're all about, right here, right now.
Absolutely. Joy is our natural state of being. And if you can realize that and realize that is where we're really, really meant to be, meant to come from. And if we can center ourselves and feel that, and as I say, get in the moment, which means finding your center, finding your peace inside from which you can go forth from, because when you kind of get in the flow of things, as I say it, kind of like a river, a rapids, if they're going downstream, really everything that we want is downstream, meaning we're here to enjoy the ride. We are here to enjoy and participate in every day and to live each moment fully, and as I say, without judgment, because it's that judgment that really complicates things for ourselves, because as we grow up, we have all these learned negative belief systems, things that we are learning from our parents, from our culture, from our different civilizations, which put a lot of limits on us, thinking that we can't do this, or because of this we can't. But I try to remind people to think back when they were a child. Do you remember when you were a child and everything was exciting?
That's for sure.
Everything was limitless possibilities. We were talking about all these new electronic gadgets, and I can't believe kids with these cell phones and their incredible games and electronics. When we were kids, we could take a paper box, put little holes in it, and draw little controls, and we had a spaceship.
Right.
The imagination is incredible. What we can create from within, the way children know, the possibilities are limitless. But the trouble is, as we go through school and we are almost taught that life is supposed to be hard, that you need to work hard to get what you want. Well, I'm here to show you that there's a much easier path, a much easier way, if you can come from your joy and your happiness and make peace your goal, to really enjoy each moment, get into the present moment. That whole kind of journey becomes much more easy and much more effortless.
Well, let's learn about your path that you've been on and how you reached this point and your experiences, your journey. Tell us a little bit about your background and how you dealt with all the challenges and turned into this life coach, motivational speaker.
Well, it's really, really interesting because as I began the book, I looked back, and one of my proud moments was when I graduated high school. I went to New York City, and I was a commercial actor. I did Broadway, theater, stage, a lot of commercials. I was a model as a teenager, so I had a really, really incredible background. But I did give the graduation speech at my high school in New York City, and began by saying, life is a series of choices. That which we are is that which we have chosen to be, and that which we will become is that which we will choose to become. And I didn't even realize how connected I was back then. But it seems from an early age I was connected to the idea of being in the flow, connected to the idea of my own connection to source. But from there, I got into many different businesses because I loved the challenge. I had fun. And then I had a restaurant, a bakery, antique store, many different things. And then I got into real estate, and I created with a partner a real estate office down in Florida in Fort Lauderdale. And this was it was before the real estate, you could say, collapse in the country, as you know, which brought on a lot of financial challenges. We had a really, really good office up to that point, but it was very financially challenging. And the real change was when we had to close that office. I wasn't sure what to do. And I actually moved back up north to New Jersey. I had another home up there. And contrary to my contemporaries' thoughts, I actually went to work for Starbucks because at the time I needed health insurance. And Starbucks provides good health insurance to their partners. And I still had my real estate broker's license in New Jersey. Absolutely kept doing that. But basically it provided me, an opportunity to get health insurance, keep things going, and basically to practice what I preach, because every day I go in and it was all about experiencing the people every day, having fun. No matter what you're doing, if you can find the joy in it, find the fun in it, let the universe carry you to the next place you need to be. And what eventually happened was I made some wonderful connections with customers there, started selling houses again, which put me back on a good financial path. But meanwhile, through this, I'd always been connected to personal development, personal growth. It was very important to me to learn about myself, to learn about life, to experience life as fully as I absolutely could. I have a lot of wonderful hobbies. I was a professional skydiver doing four-way formation skydiving. I'm a licensed pilot. I do trapeze and aerial silks, a lot of fun things because I love to live. And from that point, I was do more speaking and more seminars, and I was attending a seminar in Mexico, an effortless prosperity seminar there, where I did a little speaking and came in contact with a large group of people from China. And Chinese people are very enlightened and very open. The idea of being connected to the universe and this universal energy that really, really flows through everything. And they were like, well, are you interested in doing this seminar in China? And I was like, yes. And that was almost 5 years ago. I created something called a Joyful Life Seminar, which I've been giving over there on and off through the year because I travel back and forth between America a lot. Started giving seminars over there about my philosophy and basically just the natural law of attraction. What you think about is what you create in your life. And I thought the natural progression was to then put a lot of my experiences and my story down in a book so that I could share it with other people. Because I believe it's important for us to heal ourselves and to heal others. That's really what we're here to do, is to experience life, to heal ourselves so that then we're empowered to go out and help and assist others in their journey, which is really what I would like this book to be and to do, assist others, to empower them, help other people along in their journey.
So what do you say to someone who says, well, Eric, it's easy for you, but I am on this treadmill. I'm not going anywhere. Nothing works for me. I hate my job. I don't see any future. You could hear the list could go on and on. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, they're just wallowing in all their pity, right?
Absolutely, there are, and then I tried to explain to them. Well, I've been there. I know what you're talking about, but I want to say on a day-to-day basis, what are you thinking about? What are you focusing on? And most people will say, I've got this bill, I've got this challenge, I've got these creditors, I've got all these worries, and I can't sleep. This is where my mind is. And I said, exactly. You're perpetuating the problem. You get in life what you think about. Always, always, always. So what I'm trying to do is to wake people up to realize that we are all incredible creators. We are all responsible for the experience that we're creating. So just as the person in the situation that you described, I try to wake them up to the reality that you're creating that situation. No one is a victim. On some level, we have all chosen and we have all become a cooperative component in the experience that we are having. So there are no victims. So if you can take some responsibility there, I try to wake people up to their responsibility for their situation, because if you realize that you're responsible, take action. Because as you say, these people on a wheel, they believe that they're victims and that they are powerless.
Right.
So if I can help you take back your power and become a conscious creator rather than an unconscious creator, creating by default, then you have a chance to change the circumstance you're currently in, regaining your power. Power is to focus your mind, focus your actions on something that will improve your situation, rather than just complaining and talking about where you are, which is the pitfall that most people get caught up in. They want to complain and talk about where they are, and they keep saying, but this, but that. And I said, if you focus on that, you're going to stay right where you are. You need to change your focus, and you do that right in the present moment.
So this book gives, obviously, a lot of your experiences and how you took a positive action to break through and just take these experiences as just challenges and not roadblocks.
Exactly. That's where the judgment comes in. If you can take the judgment out, because nothing is really good or bad. Everything just is. But we've learned to ascribe these judgments on things through our beliefs. So if you can kind of take that out and soften the resistance, because basically it's the resistance that's blocking us. So if we can take out the resistance, then we can begin to take back our control to shift a focus where we need to be, meaning, okay, if I know I'm responsible, well, what do I have to do today to make tomorrow better? What is available to me? Basically, wherever you are in your experience, find the best feeling thought that's going to give you some relief. Even if it's taking a walk, doing an activity that you enjoy, just to get your mind off of what's perpetuating, what's confusing you. Because then, if you can get back into the flow, you can allow the solutions to come. You can allow the prosperity to come. That's probably the biggest challenge that I find for most of the clients that I deal with is the issue of worthiness. Worthiness is really important because, as you say, people are on this wheel often because inside they don't feel worthy of having the blessings come. They don't feel worthy of having the abundance come. And that has to begin inside. That has to begin inside. You're realizing that you're worth having a good life. You're worth having the blessings come to you. You're worth having fun every day. That's what life is supposed to be. Life is fun. We're just here to experience. Take away the judgment. Nothing's right or wrong. Don't beat yourself up. So many people want to beat themselves up. And I just try to soothe them and say, it's okay. It's okay. It's just experience. It is all just experience. It's contrast. It's contrast which kind of gives us the grist to figure out what we do want, because we create these challenging situations from which we create so many new and wonderful desires, meaning, okay, well, I know what I don't want, so I really have to get clear on what I do want. So through my own experiences, and that's what I try to share with people, because as you said, oh, well, you can do that. No, I've been there. I've had these challenging experiences, and in this experience, what I had to do is come back to the present moment. And even going to work at Starbucks, it was so funny to go from a multi-million-dollar business to serving coffee. But it's just an experience.
Right.
And, I'd go in there and I'd just be with the customers, oh, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, and just to really be present with them and connect. And then it brought me relief. It brought me fun. And then through that fun came the connections. And that's what life is all about, these incredible connections, or basically being in the flow. That's just when the things come back. And so I can honestly say now I'm more happier in life than I've ever been, even going through challenging situations, because I learned to get in the moment and to find those golden nuggets, the joys in life, which are there if you look.
Right.
Every day there's so many wonderful things that we have to be thankful for. Sometimes people these days are just so busy and so taken out of the moment. I really try to get people to come back and, notice what you're seeing. Look around. Look at the beauty just in walking down the street, the sky. I'm down here in Orlando, Florida, and I tell you, we have some of the most beautiful sunsets. And just to stand outside or sit on my deck and just look at the beautiful colors.
Right. Smell the roses, as they say. Smell the roses along the way, correct?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Whatever it takes to get your mind off of these things that are perpetuating your problems. Let some ease come in. Let some joy come in, and use that as the one positive thing in your life to help pull everything else up.
And thus the title of your book, The Art of Living in Joy. We've been listening to M Eric Donlan. Eric certainly is motivated, passionate, filled with joy. You can tell that just from the short time we've been with you, Eric. Your book, The Art of Living in Joy. Tell us the best way to get your book.
Either you go to Amazon.com, Balboa Press directly. Absolutely.
Well, thank you again for being with us on Indie Book Publishing.
Thank you very much. It is a joy to be here.
And this interview has been brought to everyone by Balboa Press.